What's going on, legend? Thank you so much for stopping by to click on this video, and obviously in doing so, I'm guessing that you are a fellow MyFitnessPal user, and you're probably wondering to yourself if investing into the MyFitnessPal premium feature is actually worth it. So, a bit of background in terms of MyFitnessPal. This is something that I personally love and that I've been using since I discovered flexible dieting back in 2013. So I've been using it for 2013, 2014, 2015, 16, 17, 18, 2019. So this is my 7th year of using MyFitnessPal, and obviously I don't use it diligently every single day, across this 7-year period. It depends on the context of the goal. So whether it's fat loss, if I'm dialing in, obviously I track every single day. I'm weighing my food, things are accurate, that sort of thing. When it's maintenance, I loosely track, and when I'm bulking, it kind of depends on, I guess, how much body fat how much muscle I want to gain in relation to, well, minimizing fat gain or not. But anyway, so obviously you're here because you're keen to understand some insight into the premium features and gauge for yourself if it's worth the investment in paying. I believe at this stage it is $49.99, so pretty much $50 a year. So from my point of view, I think it's fucking awesome, especially if you want to unlock all sorts of new features. But the question is, do you actually value those features? That's what we're going to be breaking down today. So before we get stuck into the content and some screen recording from my actual MyFitnessPal, do me a favor, if you're new to the channel, get rid of distractions, let's focus, let's have an awesome time, because I want you to love this video and get the most out of it, and hopefully subscribe. If you're a returning subscriber, let me know your experience with MyFitnessPal. Let me know if you love it, if you hate it, or if you're something in between. And strap yourself in for some MyFitnessPal good times. Let's get it. So I'm just going to whip open my phone now and get some screen recording action happening. And here we go. So MyFitnessPal, boys and girls. So basically when it comes to MyFitnessPal, I know that for my first couple of, I'm pretty sure it was my first few years or so of using MyFitnessPal, I didn't actually have the premium feature. So I was literally just rolling with the free feature, which basically, well, this is what my home screen looks like based on my settings. One of the biggest things that I actually started to really hate was the ads while you're on your home screen. So one of the cool things about being on premium is that, well, there's no ads, which is fucking awesome. Just like if you have Spotify, right? One of the most annoying things is the Spotify ad where the chick comes on and she's like, play tune after tune without ads with Spotify premium. So yeah, that was a pretty fucking good Pommy accent, wasn't, given that I'm Australian, but you know what I mean? So one of the good things about premium is that it has no ads. Now note that at the top here, you can see that with where it's got nutrients remaining, this is how I've got mine set up, so that way I can see the carbs, the fat, the protein in relation to calories. So you can actually change this. So let's say, for example, that I want to make it heart healthy focused, or low carb focused, or custom. So typically I like to actually keep it as calorie focused. So if I put that there, you'll see, ta-da, yeah, at the top here we now have my calorie goal, and then it will tell me specifically how many calories I have remaining in respect to the overall goal. And that's what I like to have most of the time. But let's say, for example's sake, so that you can actually see if you're considering premium, let's say that you want to have the thing as low carb. So at the top here, as you can see, it not only shows me how many calories I have left over, but it shows me how many carbs I actually have left over, how much sugar I have left over, and same with fiber. So that's pretty cool. It's something that I will kind of value to an extent, but one of the main reasons that I actually did go premium was because I wanted to get rid of the ads, and I wanted to be able to do this. So if you look here, right, if we go to my diary from yesterday, right, one of the cool things that I really like about premium is that it shows you the actual macronutrient breakdown of your how your meals are looking, right? So you'll see there that for lunch I had 58 grams of carbs, 36.5 grams of fat, and 86.7 grams of protein. Whereas on the the standard version doesn't actually show you that, and you can change between percentages and stuff like that. And then as you can see there, it shows the same for every single meal. And then obviously when it comes to, if you're wanting to check the fiber and stuff like that, all you do is just flip your phone sideways, which it should still show me while I'm recording my screen. Yeah, there you go, see? So it tells the fiber per meal. Now, given that this is the most recent update of MyFitnessPal, I actually don't really like the fact that it's missing the blue bar, where it says lunch, it used to have a blue bar, where it had I personally miss that. I don't like it being all just white, but hey, that's just me. So back to some more features. One of the things you can do if I click here at the top, as we said before, you can customize your dashboard, so your home screen. What you can actually do if you look here, like what's really annoying when you start out with MyFitnessPal is obviously Allbag gives you some generic targets based on you answering the questions, and they're typically weight loss geared targets that it sets for you, right? But if your game is fat loss, for example, well, yeah, like pretty much 9 times out of 10, the targets that MyFitnessPal will give you will be wrong, right? So what you can actually do here is pretty sick. You can actually enter manually exactly the set goals that you have in terms of protein, carbs, and fat if you're tracking macros specifically. Or obviously, if you don't value that, well then you've got to muck around with the little percentage wheel thing of trying to adjust it to actually get a good ratio balance, and then obviously the calories that you're aiming for. This is really, really cool. What you can actually do is, let's see here, you can set obviously as I showed before, you can change the thing, but if you go here, right, this is where you can actually set up like some calorie cycling, or if you're doing like refeeds and stuff like that, you can actually set specific things. Let's say for example that I want to have Monday and Tuesday as this, right? And then what you can actually do is you can go in again and you can change the targets for Wednesday and Thursday, and then you can change, you see what I mean? So when I was doing carb cycling and calorie cycling, that made it really easy, because naturally based on what day it is, MyFitnessPal remembers based on the settings that you actually put in, and will spit out the targets that you told it to, so that way you don't have to just kind of like create an external note on your phone or whatever to actually have any chance of remembering what you would set. What's really cool as well, it's got this cool food analysis thing. So obviously in terms of when you're in the diary section, like I'll show you where you can find that normally. If you're on diary and you go like this, if you press at the top, that takes you up to your nutrient section, right? Which is cool. Like naturally you can still do that when you're on the free version, but what you can actually do here, if you click up here, you can change to week view and that sort of thing, right? So this is a week view. What you can do as part of premium is, if like, let's say that I want to see the overall breakdown in graph form of how protein looks, you can see there some pretty sick data, and it tells you kind of where you're getting the most protein from based on your meals. If we go here onto let's see carbohydrates, right? Bazinga, same sort of deal. So this is really cool if you're looking to kind of fine tune kind of like where your macronutrients are at, where your micronutrients are at, that sort of thing. We can go on fiber, so you can see there my average is pretty solid. Like I only really need about 35 to 40 grams of fiber daily, but because I love plants so much, you can see there that I'm pretty much consistently over it. So, and it tells you your kind of favorite meal choices that you're making, or your food choices that you're making in relation to hitting those targets. So you can see there, it's showing me the foods that I've eaten that are highest in fiber, rather than to this being fiber. So yeah, Premium opens you up to a world of all sorts of different cool data you can see. But if we go back into the top, into the crown section, there we go. Let's say we go on to so food analysis was cool. You can go exercise as well. Me personally, I don't like to like when you go here, you can see that it says increase my daily calorie goal when you log exercise, right? This is a premium feature, because obviously naturally when you're using the normal feature, as soon as you link a Fitbit or something like that, as soon as you do some exercise or you log some strength training or whatever, it automatically adjusts your calories, which is fucked. So, you see what I mean? So if I go like this, hey, you see what I mean? And then if we go into food stamps, you can see here, what you can actually do is you can have some real fun in terms of customizing your diary. You can customize the name of meals, you can customize it showing you what time you ate those meals and that sort of thing. So that way when you're looking through past data, you can really sort of start to see how you're trending with food overall, and making MyFitnessPal work for you more and more. You can even set meal goals. I personally have this off because I don't like to have that level of I kind of see it as rigidity. So it's like, I personally know that based on my preference, I like to have usually lunch as my biggest meal of the day at the moment. It kind of depends on how I'm feeling, you know what I mean? So because I'm that kind of all over the shop in terms of working with my cravings and working with my hunger signals and stuff like that, I don't actually have that much repetitiveness or that much sameness, if that makes sense. So, but keep that in mind, that's something you can actually do. You can also do quick add. So obviously if you're in diary, right, let's say for example that you're trying to scan something and it doesn't have the barcode there, or you're trying to search for something and it doesn't have it on the database, or you know something is a certain amount of calories or whatever, what you can actually do, let's say that I'm doing this for lunch, you can press the 3 dots, you can press quick add, and you can personally enter let's say that it had 20 grams of carbs, it had 30 grams of fat, and it had 50 grams of protein, right? Bazinga, you can enter that manually. Whereas when you're doing, say for example, old mate normal version of MyFitnessPal, it doesn't allow you to do that. All you can do is you can just do quick add when it comes to the calories, right? So going back to here, so that's a pretty cool thing you can do. You can do quick add with carbs, protein and fat. You can also set the targets in terms of, as you can see, the specific carbs, fat and protein that you're aiming for each individual meal. It allows you also, which is a really cool feature, to be able to export all your data and your files into an actual CSV format, which is pretty sick if you want to have, like make an actual collection of your data outside of using the actual MyFitnessPal app itself. All right. Obviously, MyFitnessPal has some cool customer support, right? In terms of them getting back in touch with you if you have questions and stuff like that. So in terms of when it comes to getting some support from them, which I've actually tested, right, you legitimately are placed in front of the queue ahead of all the standard MyFitnessPal users, right? And obviously, as you can see here, ad free. Yeah. So in my personal opinion, like I do feel that MyFitnessPal Premium is a good investment. Like if you think about, for those of us that have Netflix and stuff like that, right? Like Netflix is what, $9 a month or something like that, or $10 a month, depending on how many users you have on your profile, right? So Netflix is what, 120-ish a year, let's just say that on average. So MyFitnessPal, which is actually going to help you achieve your goals, as opposed to Netflix, which is just a fucking great thing to have for when you want to chill and you don't want to do anything and just whatever, right? I personally feel that if you're looking to just find that extra bit more data and like kind of learn more about food, well then MyFitnessPal Premium is worth it, right? I have no dramas in keeping it on as an ongoing app that I use. Obviously, depending on context of goal, will determine how rigid I track and that sort of thing. So at the moment, because my goals are maintenance and just getting healthier and kind of immersing myself more amongst the world of intuitive eating and like building my internal hunger cues and working with cravings and things like that, I'm still loosely tracking, but kind of like at the end of the day to see how well my food choices still kept me within my overall calories, and I'm still on point within 10%, which is great. Like, it's fucking awesome. And if I didn't have such a good MyFitnessPal tracking streak, which is like, let's just double check. I think we're at like almost 1300 or something like that. No, 1181, which is still fucking solid, right? So that's like, a decent amount of days, obviously in concession of actually tracking on MyFitnessPal. So anyway, really hope this video was of value for you in terms of helping you to decide if actually getting the MyFitnessPal Premium feature is worth it. Do me a favor, if you got some value from it, or if you have any other questions, drop a comment below, and hey, give it a like if you found it of value, so that way obviously to YouTube and the YouTube gods pick up on the fact that it's a fucking good video, and it shows it to more people that actually search for this question, rather than this video just gathering dust and all that sort of shit, which can happen sometimes if videos don't get traction. But appreciate you for watching. Thanks for investing the time. As I said, any questions, comment below. If you're keen to add me on MyFitnessPal and see what I eat and all that sort of stuff, you can add me via my username, which is angus@bossfitness.net. And if you're keen to connect with me more, or check out my online store and buy some shit or get some other free shit, check out the link in the description below, and that'll open you up to all sorts of cool stuff that you can get: free ebooks, really cheap ebooks, online courses, check out what coaching is all about, all that sort of good stuff. But big love, thanks for watching. Here's to the old MyFitnessPal. Fucking cheers to MyFitnessPal. It's a great app, because in the good old days, that's me pretending to hold a glass. Hey, fucking. Like in the good old days where there wasn't food tracking apps, you would legitimately have to make your own spreadsheet or like a diary or whatever, and just actually log it and like try to do your own calculations, and it would take ages. So I'm so thankful for apps like this. It's what I get my clients on for periods of time. It's fucking fantastic. But big love. See you next time in the YouTube world.